written in,
Yeah, but then, yeah, okay.
in order to
Most,
discover our real mind, no, real self, our own path, we must constantly observe the mind, yes, very important. That always tries to pull us to the outside looking for happiness. Our goal is to constantly keep awareness and redirect the mind to the inside. You see, the default setting of the mind. When
yeah,
every time you open the computer, it is known as the default setting. But the default setting of the mind is always 99% is impulsive, it is habitual, it wants to repeat the same thing again and again. And if we want to repeat the same thing again and again, it creates a hamster wheel. Oh, I met Anne. She is not good. I reacted. She also reacted. Now, these thoughts will continue in the mind and it creates a hamster wheel. So, next time I meet you or someone else, I have the same pattern. I don't want to change this state of the mind. That is the problem with the default mind. So we normally say we have to move from the default mind to the discerning mind. We have a power of discernment. you know, that guy is going to come and he is very crazy. Now mind has started thinking. Now you have a knock on the door. Oh, that guy has come. What should I do? Do nothing. Move default mind to discerning mind. It has nothing to do with the person. If you are able to maintain that discernment, then let any person come. I can deal with the person easily. But the mind does not think. That is why we should study Eastern wisdom. So you see that is what you have written in a different way. I made it very simple. What you have written, our goal is to constantly keep awareness and redirect the mind to insight. How to insight? My mind is already overpowered me. Oh, that guy is coming. What should I do? I'm into anxiety. I'm upset. Oh, let you come. And whatever the statement he makes, mind takes it negatively, reactively. Because now the mind is in the default setting. Now, if it is in the discernment setting, you invite, come, yes, sit, have a cup of tea, talk, finished. You maintain the discernment. That is the meaning of moving, the redirecting the mind inside. What should I do? My mind is constantly thinking of negativity, reactivity against a person. Ask the mind, oh, you are going to react to this guy? Yes. Give me 3 benefits. 3 benefits of reaction. You have no benefit. There is no benefit of reaction, blame, complaint, anxiety, duality, conflict. Give me 3 benefits. Forget about 3 benefits. Can you give me 1 benefit? Yes, your blood pressure rises up because your mind is constantly thinking. So this is the movement of the default to the discerning mind. Now people normally ask how to do it. No, do it in your mind. Your mind is blaming others mentally before you speak out. So let us take care of that mind. Mind, why you are blaming? Can you give me 1 benefit of blaming, complaining, and reacting? Will you be happy? And if you are happy, then go and blame. No, there is no benefit. So let me calm down. So that way, you dissolve the thoughts of blame and complaint by another group of thoughts. It has to be done mentally. It has to be done mentally. That is the meaning of what you have written. Our goal is to constantly keep awareness, yes, and redirect the mind to the inside. We should absolutely learn how by very first beginning of any disturbances to turn from the outside to inside. Yes, the moment. That is why I always say, you wake up in the morning, mind says bad morning. Instead of mind says bad morning, Sarve, let everyone be happy, let everyone be in peace, let everyone be blessed, let there be auspiciousness in the lives of others, of every situation should be happy. So you are changing the very default mind to the discerning mind by constantly keeping the mind in the mood of what we say, Mangala Charan. Otherwise, this mind will go astray. You do whatever you want to do. Why? Because since birth, we have the genes of the animals, and animals are controlled by the nature. Their mind is controlled by the nature. They don't have a choice. So the mind always likes to enjoy under the submission of the nature, of the instinct. Four instincts, safety, sex, food, and sleep. Now they convert into a social instinct of blame and complaint. The lion, the lion in a single lion fights with the head of the lion in the herd. They also have a social instinct, but they do not express it. We express it. Oh, that guy is crazy. No, that is not my business. Forget about it. Trump is not my business. Tariff is not my business. Yes, but I have to live and survive. So let me find out the way. So you rightly said, we should absolutely learn how by the very beginning, the moment you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do you sit down, close your eyes, remember the Shanti mantra, even single Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The mind from the background says, oh, that guy caused me the reaction. Om Shanti Shanti. That is also a thought, this is also a thought. So we have to get rid of the thoughts of the blame, complaint, reaction by the thoughts of this mantra. That is the meaning of discerning mind. That is the meaning the mind is moving within. Mind moving within does not mean that the mind has moved into the physical heart. You have to be very clear. That is the linear language we can express. There is no other way. So it means, when we say move the mind within, it means that I bypass the default mind. I am living into higher awareness. Moving inside does not mean physically that you are outside the home and you are moving inside the home. It is a rise in awareness. Rise in awareness means there is an expansion of the mind. What does it mean by the expansion of the mind? You have many options to choose. Option of blame and complaint, option of peace, option of reaction, option of response. You have many options. That is what the discerning mind is, and that is what the rise in awareness, and that is the meaning of moving the mind within. So you rightly wrote, I appreciate, we should absolutely learn how by the very first beginning of any disturbance to turn from outside to inside in practice of self-awareness. That is what I am explaining. The moment you rise in self-awareness, the calmness is already there. Calmness is already there. You don't say, oh, cold water is very hot. Moment it is a cold water, it is cold. Self-awareness is coming. Rise in self-awareness is calming and relaxing the mind. You need not to search for calmness and reflection as often as is necessary. This is what I talked about, is all about reflection. All about reflection. Oh, that guy did wrong thing to me. And the mind starts thinking, it creates a hamster wheel. Mind is moving, and I become aware, and I start asking the question, why that guy is already resting at his home, and why you are making your mind crazy? Calm down, calm down. This is another way of reflection, and it happens in a second. Influence, and reflection as often as necessary. If we strive to discover our real self and banish the influence of the poisonous mind, we have to daily practice we have to practice daily to get rid of the impulsive mind. What will happen? Nowadays you are practicing, the time will come, the same mind will remind you to do the practice. It doesn't want to leave you. So I normally wake up at 4, but today I woke up at 4:30. And I said, no, my session begins at 8, I have lot of time. But inside, my mind said, don't leave the practice, don't leave, start. And I went into the practice until 7. 2.5 hours, total sitting into that state of meditation. Everything is clear. So let us wait. When the mind inspires you, please don't leave the practice. It will push you. Don't ignore the message from inside. That is what religious people normally say, conscience, inner conscience. Eastern wisdom says it's not a big deal. When your intellect is, you have a conviction by the intellect, understanding the principles of Eastern wisdom, you are repeating daily, that conviction descends down into the mind, it changes the impulsive mind. And then I start living in higher awareness. So that higher awareness is understood as the spiritual consciousness. Not a big deal. So in the last session, we discussed about unshakable foundation. Satsang is in Eastern wisdom, is the unshakable foundation. What is satsang? Literally it means company of the real, association with the real, association with what is infinite, what is eternal, what is permanent peace, what is love, truth and happiness. Satsang. So that satsang contains many principles of Eastern wisdom, and the teacher explains it. But only explanation doesn't work. So Master says you have to follow this in 3 simple steps. I don't know, let me know it. First step. I don't understand, let me understand it. Third step, I don't experience, practice and experience it. So when you practice and experience, I experience a calmness, let me apply the wisdom throughout the day. I applied the wisdom, but I missed some time. Why I missed? So in the evening I reflect upon it. Hardly takes 5-10 minutes. I reflect upon, my mind overpowered me, the impulsive mind. I reacted. And that is why I experience the anxiety. There is no need to feel that. So I reflected, and days after days, you follow the 3 step. So that 3 step is called in Sanskrit as Shravanam, listening and learning. Listening and learning, what I explained you, I don't know, let me know it. Mananam, contemplation and reflection. What it is means I don't understand, let me understand. Let me ask the question. What it means by moving the mind inside? Are you moving the mind inside your head? Are you moving the mind inside your physical heart or inside the grey matter? No, it's a matter of consciousness. It is the rise in awareness. That is what I explained you just now. So they are symbolic because we need a teacher. And the third one, I don't experience it, let me practice and experience. That is the part of the meditation. But it does not stop there. Throughout the day, I check whether I have changed my behavior and attitude. You see that, I discussed in the group session last week, not this week. I asked her a very relevant question which normally default mind never thinks. Now I had an argument with that my friend, and then I was disturbed for 2 days. Now I am practicing meditation. I feel very calm and relaxed, and those impressions are gone. So what was my question? Do you remember? That you are a baby boomer. Yes. So you have millions of experiences. Yes. Tell me how many times you had blamed, complained, and reacted to how many people until now, and your mind did not learn even a lesson that blaming, complaining, and reaction does not bring you any result. You see that I may be a genius. I may be a genius in my profession, but we are talking of common sense awareness. Can't I think that how many times, I met that guy, I reacted. I met that guy last year, I reacted. I met, my son and I reacted. What the heck your mind is doing? Are you aware of it? And what is the benefit of it? She didn't say anything, because, when I'm a baby, I'm old, so I have deeper experience than you, but this is your experience. That you are repeating the same thing, blame and complain game all the time. You enter into anxiety unnecessarily. There is no need of it. So we have to evaluate the change in behavior and attitude and response. My master used to say that peace is very good. To know peace is good. Pay attention. First step. To know peace is very good. But to live in peace is better. That is the second step. Contemplation and reflection. And to be the peace is the best. To be the peace, it means I recognize that I am of the nature of peace and happiness. 3 steps. That is what the Eastern wisdom is. So now see, I was talking about the satsang. I said company of the real. Then I broken into the 3 steps. Sravan, Manan, and Nidhyasan means listening, learning, contemplation, reflection, and then practice and experience. Then I broken into sub-step. You have to check change in your behavior and attitude. You have to then there are sub-steps. Still the restless mind. How do you still the restless mind? By changing the default mind to a discerning. In modern psychology, we say, oh, you have lot of thoughts of anger, anxiety, or you have a dual personality, and then you take these medications, I'm taking care of one doctor from Wisconsin. The doctors drugged him with so heavy medication that he loses awareness every 5 minutes, which he started noticing. What is his age? Only 26. I give him a simple practice, took 10-15 minutes, and he falls into sleep. The effect of the drug. And they are saying that they are treating him. I'm not treating anything. I'm just helping him to find your true nature. You can only find true nature consciously. Otherwise, everybody goes into deep sleep, they are always rested. But the sleep does not transform you. The sleep does not transform you. So that is why we have to undertake a journey. So the first step, foremost step is stilling the restless mind. Stilling the restless mind first by the knowledge, by understanding, by contemplation and reflection, by knowing that mind, you are a default mind. Default mind, you are sending the masses in the form of a thought. What are those thoughts? Blame and complain. Give me 3 benefits. There is no benefit. If there is no benefit, I am not thinking. Is this the right way to still your restless mind? Or you are controlling the thoughts? For example, I have a jealousy or a hatred against a person, and every time in meditation I control those thoughts. During the practice of meditation, they are controlled, but they are already present in my mind. Why? Because it is a part of the ignorance. So after the meditation, these thoughts again attack me. But when I understand the very reaction and the blame is futile for me and for him. So I'm moving from default mind to discerning mind. That is the right meaning of stillness of the mind. Yes, no, don't think bad about him. No, ask him why he has not to think bad about anyone. We are not talking of religion. We are not talking of moral and ethical code. A moral and ethical discipline. We are just talking, does it really help me in my life? Answer is no. So when it doesn't help, why should I follow it? Contemplation, reflection is done, and now when you practice, your mind is always clear. Even those thought comes, you don't pay attention to it. Let them come and go. And gradually and progressively we rise in awareness. We have now a discerning mind. So by discernment, you still the restless mind. You calm down the restless mind. You don't, normally what we say in modern, no, you focus on a particular object and it will still your mind. No, that is not stillness. We don't say that. Now there is a subtopic. Another subtopic is hidden. That, okay, if other person is wrong, why should not I react? We have to answer that question. Our master says, what you are thinking may appear right, but everything, your reaction, your blame, your pleasure, are temporary. You have to understand the impermanent nature of these thoughts and feelings and emotions and relationships. They keep on changing. Were you jealous of a person since birth? No. So did I acquire the jealousy when I met this guy, I communicated with him, and I saw that I'm incapable what he is capable, so I had the jealousy. I did not have the jealousy before that. So it means it is constantly changing. Whereas changing is impermanent. Whereas changing is impermanent, it is temporary. I have to do nothing with temporary. Let me search what is permanent, and the mind drops its all craziness. Okay, even if it is wrong, it is impermanent. Finished. Let me keep a distance with those guys. Let me adopt a strategy, whether it is near and dear ones or whether it is a friend. Finished. Embrace impermanence. Subtopic. First subtopic, stilling the restless mind. Second is you embrace the, you just become aware. It is permanent. Jealousy is permanent or impermanent? Impermanent, temporary. So when it is temporary, it means it is constantly changing. Or when it is changing, then why should I worry about it? Let me drop it. Now you see that now, because jealousy was preventing the calmness to manifest in your system, now the calmness is manifest. You are calm. There no reaction, no. So then the third subtopic, which seems to be the best topic, I have to discover the security, inner security, not outer. Outer security by wealth, by possession, by position, by position, by authority, by selfie. You post it on the Facebook. I deleted everything on the Facebook. I'm not on the Facebook now. I deleted my account. Oh, Facebook, my face. Why should I show it? I'm not interested. So cultivate inner security. So the master brings in another topic, and master says, final inner permanent security is inside you. There is no security outside. Can my wife save me if I'm destined to die today? No way. Well, what kind of security? But I'm seeking a temporary security. It does not mean that I should not have a good relationship with everyone. No, let me have a good relationship, minus attachment. If I have an attachment, then I'm searching for security outside, security in the wealth, security in the possession, security in the pleasure, security in the home, a long list. It does not mean that I should leave everything. I should, with a discerning mind, I should decide what happens now. If you follow this, you still the restless mind, you cultivate the inner security, you embrace the impermanence, you are constantly checking out whether my behavior, attitude has changed. You follow, I don't know, let me know it. I don't understand, let me understand it. I don't practice, let me practice it. So you are following this entire system of Eastern wisdom. What happens now? Think of it. What happens? Another subtopic, but it's a main topic. The entire journey of the Eastern wisdom, it says that this head should meet the heart and the heart should meet the hands. Head, intellect. I must understand logically. What is the logical understanding? Cause and effect relationship. How the science understands by cause and effect relationship. But it proves something outside, we have to prove something inside. That is the only difference, outside and inside. So now what happens when you have a conviction and you are chanting the mantra, reciting the mantra every day, you are doing the practice, your intellect moves into the conviction level, and one day that conviction descends down into your mind, into your heart. It changes your emotion. What I have to do with the blame and complaint and reaction, hell with it, there is no benefit after all, so I'm free. Your mind says, and now your mind, oh, your mind is blossomed, it's so full of calmness. What I have to do with a blame complaint, whether it's my honey or my near and dear ones, let the jack do whatever. I can convey the message that the believe do. It doesn't mean that I don't care. I care with a discerning mind. I'm not attached. But internally, I don't have any complaint and reaction and duality and finished. So it means that knowledge has descended into the mind, which has converted my negative emotion into the positive one. So I said head to the heart. And now heart to the hands. The hands means my thought, speech, and action will change. My expression will change. My behavior will change. My expression towards you, towards people, towards thing, towards situation changes. That is the meaning of action. That is the part of the karma yoga. We will talk later, but I'm just giving you. So the head to the heart and heart to the hands. So you have a perfect integration of head, heart, and the hands in the field of awareness. You have reached to the highest level of it, discernment. Now see the magic. The highest level of discernment is called dispassion. They are not two different things. You continue with the discernment, and one day you see, oh, I'm totally free. I used to be attached. Oh, I was attached to the home. I was attached to the near dear ones. Oh, now everything is gone. How come? Discernment has helped me to take the mind to a state of dispassion. Another magic takes place. When you reach to the highest level of dispassion, the six inner treasures manifest. What are the six inner treasures? Calmness of the mind. You can instantly withdraw the mind to live into that calmness. Second step. Third step, you transcend all the pleasure. Someone asked, do you like pasta? You said yes. Should I get you the pasta? Yes. There is no pasta for today. Can you do with the bread? Yes. You transcend, you recognize. I like the pasta because I find the pleasure, but there is no pasta today, so there is a bread, so I will enjoy the bread also. That is the third treasure of the mind. What is the fourth treasure? Can we get rid of our impulsive nature once and forever? If you answer yes, you will die today. So the answer is no. Then why should I work? You should get rid of the impulsive nature which causes you the suffering. You will continue to keep the impulsive nature for your survival. Impulsive nature, I'm feeling hungry and energy loss. Oh, let me grab something in the kitchen. Finished. So what happens that certain past impressions, the way we have lived our life since our childhood, and cultural, social, and religious conditioning, a lot of past impressions are hidden and they may manifest. So the fourth treasure is resilience and endurance. You taste the resilience and endurance in your life. My son said me this thing. No anxiety, endurance, resilience is there. Okay, son, you are right. We will talk later. So your statement is full of endurance and resilience. So four, so you have the calmness, calmness of the sense perception, that is the second. You have the, what I said, you transcend the pleasure from the world, giving an example of the bread. The fourth is endurance and resilience. So once you follow these four, the fifth treasure comes. You have a tremendous faith in yourself. Faith. Faith in what? What is faith in yourself? That yourself is the real self. Yes, there is a real self. And the fifth one is the mindfulness. What do you mean by mindfulness? Do I need to practice? No, you live in mindfulness. When? 24/7. Where? In all the locations. What? That state is natural? Yes, that state is natural. That is known as the samadhanam. Samadhanam. Think that. This is another way to understand the journey of Eastern wisdom. So when we explain, focus on a strong internal base rather than on superficial external conditions, situations. External condition and situation is caused by a thought with an object. So that is why we explain, move the mind from outside to inside. One example, I'm upset with you. You are outside. Upset is inside my mind. And that I is the false I. You were upset with me yesterday? No, I'm upset with you today. So that we have two I. One I was not upset and one I was upset. It means this is the false I. This is temporary. So even the upset is temporary. So I have to hold back. I have not to get upset. Finished. Done. But we need a discerning mind. We need a discerning mind. You see, you just contemplate and reflect and it is gone. That is one meaning of the mantra. What? Asatoma satgamaya. Asatoma satgamaya. Moving from the false to the real. So you are not looking at the real. You are getting rid of the false. The real is always there. I remove the blackout curtain. The sun is always there, but now I don't see the sun in my room because the sun is at the back of my face. And if I open it, I cannot see you. So that is why I have put the blackout curtain. So this blackout curtain is false. I have to simply remove it. The sun always exists. That is the meaning of moving from the false to real. I have to get rid of the blame and complaint. Calmness is already there. Same way. I don't know, let me know it. I don't understand, let me understand it. I don't experience, let me practice it. Keep track of my behavior and attitude. It is changing. Head to the heart to the hands. Finished. And then you live your life fully. You live your life to the fullest extent. You defy the age. You defy all the physical challenges. You defy all the physical challenges which your doctors say you have these set of problems. Or people say, oh, you are or no word internally. You don't react. Internally you feel that because consciousness is never aging. I am that consciousness. I'm not the body. I'm not the mind. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind. So where is the aging process holds me? No, nowhere. So gradually we experience there is a complete dispassion with the body, breath, mind, intellect, and ego. That is known as the state of awakening, the highest state of dispassion with the body, breath, mind, intellect, and ego. You are just as if it is a flight of an eagle. Flight of an eagle, why I said so. Eagle flies very high. You live into the highest state of the consciousness. That is what the awakening is. It has nothing to do with cult, dogma, belief, and religion. So now we have reached to a point where we will continue the step we discussed about. We discussed about the first verse through the silent acronym. Do you remember the silent acronym? Still your silent acronym. So we should remember that silent acronym, and from there we will have our next lesson. Silent. When you follow this silent acronym, you will realize how easy it is. So silent acronym summarizes almost all the principles. All the principles.